So a few anecdotals. Number one, yesterday we mentioned the mitzvah Kimoche Simche Ezecha Amalek, erasing Amalek's name, and my wife said I said good, so it must be I said something right. That the ikar of Mechias Amalek is not so much the action; it's really what it's supposed to make us think. To make us think that the midah that Amalek represents is something that we should try to erase. And especially when it comes to the kids, before they go and they plan how much noise they're going to make, to think about Yiras Hashem. That was one thing we said. So I want to add to that. There was a tzaddik by the name of Heshelah. Whenever he would test out his pen, or his feather pen, so he would write Haman and then erase it. So anytime you're testing out to see if your pen is working or not, you have an opportunity to remind yourself again throughout the year. There's a mitzvah betting technically all the time to erase Haman's name, and therefore you're testing out a lot of times. You test out a pen. You scribble Haman's name and then erase it. That's number one. Number two, there's many minhagim when it comes to the kriya itself of Megillas Esther. There are places where the minhag is to repeat psukim. Some say repeat the words. Bifneihem, lifneihem. It's different minhagim. Yehudiyim. It's very important to keep in mind that the reading itself, according to many, is either the Rabbanan at best, it's V'divrei Kabbalah, it's not Doraisa, and embarrassing about Coren is definitely Doraisa. So just to correct without knowing the laws of correction, especially when it doesn't change the meaning, a person should be very, very careful. This is actually quoted in the tool that there's a possibility of Chas v'Shalom Yigov and this Doraisa. It happens with bar mitzvah kids. It's a very dangerous thing to correct, even though people have some pleasure correcting other people. The third item that I wanted to discuss is the minhag of Liyos Kolish Soirer Beveisoi. This statement was, of course, one of the main statements of Haman suggesting to Achashverosh that every man should be Soirer Beveisoi Medaber Kushon Amri. So the shaila is, there's a girsa that says Liyos Kolish Soirer. The first time I heard this, I actually heard this on the tape from the Hasidic Baal Koire. He was reading it twice. Liyos Kolish Soirer and then Shoirer. And to me it sounded almost a little bit comical. Liyos Kolish Soirer means to be a ruler. That's the Pashut Pshat. To be Shoirer means Pashut Pshat to sing. So then I saw in Minhag Yisrael Torah that actually the Iker Girsa is Liyos Kolish Shoirer. That is the right Girsa. And the minhag is to say Liyos Kolish Soirer. That mamish became of an afoichu, literally. But then at least I heard a beautiful pshat, and it made me so much appreciate these two versions that I actually do this. And it's based on the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov said like this. What happened was Haman came to Achashverosh and he said, Liyos Kolish Soirer Beveisoi. Person has to rule the house. And the language has to be based on the husband. But Achashverosh said, Haman, you forgot a Gemara Maseches Gittin. The Gemara in Gittin says that a husband should never instill too much fear in the home. So you can't just make an enactment, that's it. So Haman said, you're right. But the Gemara says that therefore, because of this concern of Eimei Yasera, a person should say Benichusa. Meaning to say, you want to get something across to your wife, you can get it across to your wife, but you have to be Liyos Kolish Shoirer. You have to sing it. I told once a chassan and a kala, first 6 months, even if you have any critique and criticisms, you can tell it to each other, but you have to sing it. If you sing it, honey, is so whatever, you'll be able to get away with it.